I'm Al Case, and I've been doing the martial arts since 1967. I've done a variety of martial arts, and I used to write for the magazines, and I've written a bunch of books, done a bunch of videotapes. This videotape is going to be about monkey boxing. And before I tell you about monkey boxing, let me tell you how the universe works. Everything in the universe has a flow, a trajectory. It's going somewhere. Even a rock sitting on the floor is moving with the rotation of the planet, with the movement of the solar system, etc. So everything in the universe has a motion. And it has a potential impact, which is to say, if it hits you, that's the impact. We call that force. So the universe is a universe of force and flow. Now, in the martial arts, the purpose is to avoid the force of flow while delivering your own force of flow. So an object flies at you. Maybe it's a guided missile, maybe it's a fist, maybe it's a car. You have two choices. Two choices, and that's it. The choices are force and flow. Or if you want to put them in more common words, hit or miss. An object flies towards me. I can hit it. I can block it, which is a hit. I can miss. I can let it go by. I can guide it by. So everything in the universe, everything in your life, is all based upon the idea of force and flow. And hit or miss. That's where monkey boxing starts. My partner, Rick, and Rick throws a slow punch at my face. The first intuitive move is to slap something aside. If a fly is buzzing right in front of your face, boom, you don't go, boom, you go. And you slap this, just like that. Very intuitive motion. You don't use a lot of effort, no energy, you just slap it aside, he punches. Now, punch a little higher to the nose. That is the way classical martial arts might be doing. They do a block. And that is not an intuitive move. So you have to train yourself not to do your intuitive move and do something not intuitive. And therefore it takes you 10, maybe 20 years to make the martial arts intuitive. Because you're starting with a second item. You're not starting with the first. You've totally skipped the whole first gradient, the whole first step of all martial arts, that simple slap. He throws a punch. I slap it aside. Now, he throws a punch. I step aside. He throws a punch. The second move is a grab, which could be a block. And that would be out of your more classical martial arts, except I just grab it. He throws a punch. Now at this point, we start the strikes. And your arms are circling because what circles is faster than what's straight. He throws a punch. And there's a punch right there, he throws a punch. There's a chop to the neck, he throws a punch. Kick to the groin. So this stuff is getting very, very fast, and it's all based on a very fluid, quick, intuitive movement that you already know and you've been practicing since you were a little kid and saw your first fly. He throws a punch. From there, it's a series of attacks. Kick, punch, knee, elbow. You don't have to do them all. You just have to do whatever you need to do to make it all work. He throws a punch. Now I can break, I can elbow, I can move in, I can throw, I can look for the joint locks, I can take him down, I can do whatever I want to do with it. That is the series of monkey boxing. You take an intuitive movement, circle the hands nice and easy, and that becomes very intuitive with very little drilling. You go through a series of distances, you take him down. He throws a punch. He's on the inside. There's only a half dozen takedowns that you can do from here. Those are the ones you work on. If I blow up, punch me with that hand. If I'm on this side, there's only a certain series of takedowns that I can affect. Those are the ones you work on. You should know all of them. You should matrix everything and make sure that you know all the takedowns and every which way they work. But the idea here is to get it fast, quick, and then start expanding your vocabulary as you move on. He throws a punch. The idea is to be as fast as possible. There's 3 pieces to the martial arts: speed, power, and technique. He throws a punch. Now, boom! There's the power, power. I'm looking here, what people miss is his hand collapses. Why'd the hand collapse? You got a pressure point right there. I just put my thumb in the pressure point, he'll collapse. Another thing that happens is what we call shock and lock. He might be able to stop me from doing this. So, bang! Momentarily he is distracted, and I can go ahead and take him down. That's how monkey boxing works. There's a series of drills, and I'll take you step by step through them. I'll be working with you sometimes from the viewpoint of teaching children, sometimes from the viewpoint of a pressure point, sometimes from the viewpoint of what do you do with a guy bigger than you. There's all sorts of viewpoints that you want to get. But that is the essence of what we're doing with the monkey boxing tapes.